What the fuck is up, YouTube? This is your boy Drake Jr., aka Drake Chirac, and welcome back to another video. Right now, I wanted to talk about something very important right now. And this topic that I'm about to talk about is extremely relevant. That's going on YouTube now. Apparently, there has been a lot of people, and I mean a lot of people, talking about this change in YouTube, and YouTube's algorithm is starting to change even more, and it's starting to change for the worst. Now, let's not get this twisted. YouTube has been changing all this year. Maybe, I think ever since 2014 it's been changing. Not just YouTube's algorithm, but ultimately the creators, the content creators, how they did stuff, how the shit worked. Basically everything about YouTube for the past 3 years have changed. A lot of YouTube has changed. So let's not get it twisted that YouTube has not been changing. Like, this is the first time YouTube has been changing. It's been changing a lot. But this is the only thing that people are willing to talk about, because people are not willing to talk about what they did wrong, or what they started on YouTube. But that's another topic for another day. Basically, the thing that I'm talking about is YouTube's algorithm. Yes, YouTube's algorithm has changed again, and basically for you, in order to get put on the trending page of YouTube, you have to have a certain amount of likes, a certain amount of views, a certain amount of comments, a certain amount of shares, and this, that, and the third, or whatever. You just need a certain amount of things that need to be going on that specific video to be on the trending page. And basically, you're on the trending page for at least one day, and then you're taken off of the trending page, right? And basically, they want to appeal to larger audiences rather than just people who look at people who are new to YouTube, who just got a YouTube thing. They want to appeal to those type of people. Basically, they want to turn YouTube into Netflix, because you see, over the past couple of years, Netflix is starting to grow and start to become a more successful type of, like, what is the word? Fucking app, a program, I don't fucking know. It's starting to become more successful, as in terms of, like, they're bringing in new stuff every single day for people to watch, and those things are getting broadcasted and shown on the front page of Netflix or whatever. I don't have a Netflix. I was thinking about getting one, but I don't really have a Netflix. And they tried doing this a lot with YouTube Red, but it doesn't really what's the word? It didn't catch on as fast as what they thought it would be. I mean, like, personally, I had like a 10-day or whatever, like, what's the word? A 10-day, I don't even know the fuck is the word. A 10-day, like, trial day or whatever. And then I was like, man, this shit's fucking stupid. If I want to go watch something like YouTube Red, I'll just go on Netflix. Like, what the fuck? Why do I need this shit in order to watch something that's like Netflix, where I can just go on Netflix and watch Netflix? Like, what the fuck? And, like, it's not nobody's fault that nobody was interested in YouTube Red, even though they are still continuing to use YouTube Red. So I don't understand what was the point of them trying to change YouTube's algorithm to fit in with the what's the word? To fit in and try to fit into having what the fuck is the word? What the fuck is the word? Like a Netflix type of, like, program, where they can bring in new things and new type of content every single day and have it featured on the trending page. And to be completely honest, I don't understand why everybody, well, I know I do understand, and this is gonna affect me a lot. And personally, people are gonna say that you don't need to really worry about this. It doesn't really concern you. You're not really big enough to really worry about this stuff, so I don't understand why you're talking about it. Well, you see, here's the thing. Even though I'm not big enough to really make the this is not really important at the moment, but my channel is growing each and every single day, and I appreciate that from each and every one of you all. That being said, it's growing every single day, and I cannot deny that my channel isn't growing every single day. So I need to start getting used to YouTube changing its algorithm and trying to adapt to what YouTube is trying to do, because ultimately in order for me to grow and be a successful YouTube, in order to be a successful YouTuber, I need to adapt, I need to change, I need to be you know, I just need to be adaptive to what YouTube and ultimately what the community does. And that's what YouTube is trying to do. At the same time, they're hurting their own type of like the thing that they've made. And basically I don't really what's the word? What the fuck is the word I'm trying to come up with? I don't really hate them on trying to, you know, have people bring in more content. I'm not hating on them to, you know, because this is all just a something that they're trying to do so they can bring in more content. That's all they want. They want more interesting, better things to have and put on this channel where people can be actually excited about the shit that comes onto YouTube, because everything on YouTube is starting to become generic. It's starting to become the same, and people are starting to get tired of it. And obviously I feel like this is just the response on how what's the word? I don't even know what the fuck the word is. This is just a response on how YouTube feels about the or unoriginality on YouTube, or how is it playing out, and how they feel about the whole situation, and how everybody's so unoriginal on YouTube. And I feel like this is just a response. But personally, I feel like this is the wrong response, or the not the appropriate response in the right way. Because you see, the thing is about YouTube for I think for some time now hasn't really appreciated you know, younger YouTubers or smaller YouTubers who don't necessarily have a big audience. So we have to thrive or depend on certain what's the word, on certain websites, and we have to grow our channel not just from YouTube, but also we have to grow it on Twitter, we have to grow it on Instagram, on Facebook, on Snapchat, on all these different types of social media what's the word, all these different types of social media handles and shit like that. Because if you ever noticed that when, you know, when MySpace was first out, people didn't necessarily use MySpace to, you know, what's the word, to progress their channels, to get their channels to grow. They just used it for a type of just social media, like a regular social media thing. They didn't use it to help them grow their channels. Now almost every single YouTuber that I've ever watched on YouTube use social networks and use their use social media networks to push their content out to people on other aspects, or just other type of forms of media than just YouTube. And the thing is, this doesn't really help anybody, because to be honest, bigger YouTubers, they're gonna grow regardless. But the thing is, them growing regardless doesn't necessarily help anybody, because the thing is, those bigger YouTubers, they're getting old. They're starting to hit, you know, ages. Some of them are already entering their 30s, some of them entering their 40s. They're getting older by the second, each and every single day, and they're not about to, you know, constantly, you know, when it comes to them and original content, they don't really have that type of lust. They don't have that type of fire that smaller YouTubers have. But when it comes to people like me, people who are smaller, they have that fire. They can come up with newer ideas like that. But when it comes to bigger YouTubers, they don't have that fire. They don't have that energy. They can't come up with original content, because basically they're gonna grow whatever they put on YouTube. They're gonna grow regardless. And YouTube needs to start looking at smaller YouTubers who are gonna bring original content each and every single time they put out a video, instead of looking towards bigger YouTubers who have been on this site and are just gonna grow regardless of what they put out, if it's original or it's not. And that's what YouTube needs to start doing.